Elizabeth Curran and my company is called Kouture. So we challenge secondary school students to create wearable art and couture dresses from junk. Basically, we've been running in Ireland for the last 5 years and we've just launched in Scotland in November time. So I'm just going to show you a short clip so you really have to see it to believe it, and it's very visual. So I'm going to start with a short video first of last year's final, which was held in the O2 in Dublin. Taste of what it's like. Okay, so as I said, it's a national competition aimed at secondary school students. It's 3 in a team, so we have usually 2 designers and 1 model. So we have 2 designers and 1 model. If they do it by themselves, they can then enter it for their exams, for their Scottish Highers, or at home it would be their Leaving Cert or Junior Cert. The outfit has to be made completely from recycled materials. We've seen anything from banana skin to paper bags to cans. So they've used basically everything to create this outfit. It's usually done in the art room, but it can be done as part of the Eco Schools programme as well. So the 3 elements are recycling, so the design must be 100% recycled. Fashion, so we're looking for something that stands out from the crowd and has a wow factor. And performance, so when the packs go out in September, it's with all the instructions, the rules of how to make the design, what they have to do. They then get their team, starts researching what they want to do, and then by the end of February they submit everything online. So the descriptions, where they sourced all the materials, and then photographs of their end piece. Then we whittle it down then between 50 and 80 finalists. They then go to a fashion show, which is held in this year in Glasgow in the Royal Concert Hall in Buchanan Street, and they have to perform on stage. So one of the students will be the model. They'll do all their own hair and makeup, everything. Their performance is 90 seconds long, and they're not just walking down the catwalk, they're performing, they're dancing. It's really interesting. The whole crowd gets behind it. And it's a really good night fun, while subtly educating them about recycling. And we had one winner from Cork a few years ago, and her design was made from cans and the pill caps, and the skirt was made from the pill caps, and she had the entire school out for weeks picking up these cans just to make this dress. So it was, though it's 3 in the team, the whole school got involved. We had another girl and she made her dress from the milk cartons. So every day in the canteen she was going through the bins and picking all these milk cartons, washing them out, collecting them, and then she made the most amazing dress out of it. So really subtly educating them, but it's a cool way of doing it. They're having loads of fun, it's creative, they get to perform. So yeah, it's great. So we started 5 years ago, very, very small, just in Ulster. And since then we've grown with the help of sponsors. So we just started with 1 show in a hotel, and since then we're in the top theatres across the whole of Ireland, and then with the grand final then with 4,000 people coming to the final in the O2, now the 3 Arena. Every year we have over 2,500 teenagers taking part, around 300 schools, 811 dresses entered last year, and around 7,000 people came to the shows to see them. So although you're educating the students, you're also educating their parents, the teachers, everyone that's coming to see it. So it's been a huge success. We're starting small in Scotland, and we're hoping eventually to be across the whole of the UK with regional finals across the whole of the UK, and then one grand final then with everyone together. Different materials. Yeah, so this is actually made from clothes pegs. This was a winner from a couple of years ago. So the base of the dress was made from, do you know the fluff or the felt that comes out of your tumble dryer? Mm-hmm. So that was the base. And then she collected broken clothes pegs then, and she spray painted them with like an ultraviolet paint. So whenever she came out on stage, the lights were off and she was just glowing in the dark. And then the music went boom and she went flying down the catwalk. And she also used like broken jewellery, and her necklace was made from hangers. So it's just one of the designs. Yeah. So acceptable and unacceptable materials. So they can use anything that's heading to the bin or can't be reused for its original purpose. So they're not allowed to spend any money whatsoever. They're not allowed to go out and buy a skirt or buy a dress and just cover it and stuff. Or they're not allowed to use maybe paper clips that can be reused. It has to be broken or ready for the bin. So yeah, they can find their waste around schools or recycling centres or local businesses. We had one dress made last year, and she went to a balloon factory, and he had like all these balloons that couldn't be blown up or they were out of date or whatever, so she made a dress out of this. And then they have to prove that in their initial entry, so they write descriptions and where they sourced all the materials. Then no items that they can't use is just basically if there's a good pair of curtains, well, they can't just use those and cut them up. And they have to be maybe burned or dirty or whatever. And they can't buy fabric and just use that either. So anything that's headed to the bin, they can use. And we have seen the rarest materials, like this one. I just brought the shoes because the dress is so big, but this is the brown bit is banana peel, and so they reused all this, and then this is CDs, and then they have copper wire in there as well. So I'm just going to have a look at that. Yeah. And they made like an entire dress out of it, and these were just the shoes. So it's not just the outfits, they make all the accessories to go with it, the headpiece, the shoes, the jewellery, everything. To motivate them, apart from learning and educating, the prizes, we like to give prizes that they can't buy, so opportunities. So every year, I think the first year we went was about 4 years, and we turned up at the Royal Film Premiere. We got tickets. We landed with these two girls in newspaper dresses, and the paparazzi just went mad, and they were like flashing, who's this, and they were just like, they're not professional models. They were 15 and 16-year-olds just from schools that made these dresses, got to walk the red carpet, were sitting inside all these Hollywood movie stars, and just mingling with royalty. And ever since then, they've invited us back every year. So we've built it into the prize. So every year we take 2 or 3 models. It'll be the same. We'll have a glamour winner from Scotland. They'll come along with us, walk the red carpet. You're sitting inside all these movie stars, and just they stay in the Ritz, they get their hair and makeup done. So it's an opportunity and experience that they'll never forget and that they could never buy. We've had different other opportunities, like we took girls to the Cannes Film Festival. We were in Boston at iFest in September. We took 10 girls over to that. Different festivals. I think Ireland's version of Glastonbury is Electric Picnic. We had fashion shows happening there, so loads of opportunities for the kids throughout the full year. Even if they don't win, they still have different opportunities to show off their dress and their performance. This is the prize, so £1,000 cash and the Kouture trophy for the school. the winning team, so there's 3 in the team plus the teacher, and they'll get mini iPads each, and then £500 cash for the students as well. And then the glamour prize is the trip to London, the stay in the Ritz, get the royal treatment, and walk the red carpet. As the competition develops over here, then the prizes will be more. The more sponsorship we get, the better we can make it. This was the 4 girls in Cannes. So we had this dress was made from zips, old zips, and the plastic part was, do you know the bag that your duvet cover comes in? You know, the plastic bag? So she reused that. And then her shoes, her dad is a welder, so she got chains and they're like stilts. And then her headpiece then, there was like LED lights and all plastic and glass. The white one was made from white plastic bags ironed together with paper doilies. And then the bodice was paper mache covered then. The brass one is bent bullet cases. So she went up and found all these bullets and collected them all and left them off the ground and reused them and made them into a dress. And then the last one then was the winner that year, and it was the clothespin one. So really, really high standard. Obviously the competition's run in Ireland for 5 years, so the prizes are much better. This year we have a scholarship for the top design country, or the top design university in the country, and they're going to give all expenses paid 1-year textiles course to one of the winners, not necessarily the overall winner, but the most promising designer. And again, the glamour, the Cannes, loads of opportunities. Fashion Week as well. We had girls in Belfast Fashion Week, and we're hoping to do the same over here in Glasgow. Just to give you an idea of what these dresses are made from, this is polystyrene cups and tinfoil. Someone mentioned about tinfoil, what could they use it for? There you go. This one is, she has a farm and she went out and sheared a sheep. So, and twigs and all natural kind of materials. This was milk bottles, so she cut it up. And the dress was all like plastic milk bottles, and again polystyrene. And then I've explained other ones, the plastic bags ironed together. Yeah. This is another one made packaging. So this is one of this year's Glamour winners. So we're going now on the 17th of February. So she's one of the lucky ones to get to walk the red carpet. And then, so hopefully, it's always a challenge as well for us to get into schools and get the word out. Although we send the packs out to all the schools, it doesn't necessarily get to the right person. We've built that relationship in Ireland with all the teachers now, and we have that, but it took us a long time to get there. Whether it's the art teacher or the eco programs teacher or whoever it is, sometimes when it gets to the head teacher, they don't pass it on, or it gets to the reception and doesn't pass it on. So I think it's a cool way for you guys to get into secondary schools, an excuse and a great platform and creative and a cool way for students that you're not just lecturing them on, you have to put something in the bin or talking about waste. It's a cool way of doing it, and they're being educated without even realising. So I'm just going to show you a short video now. In the last 5 years we've had a lot of press, a lot of TV interest over it. We're actually in talks at the minute making a TV programme. So it's going to be a 5-part series, and it's going to start in September in Ireland, and we're hoping to roll that out as well in different countries as we grow. So I'm just going to show you from students' point of view the whole process. So this was shown on, after a grand final, we go to the Late Late Show, which is the biggest chat show in Ireland, and they declare to the nation who our 4 winners are. So I'll just let you see it. Hopefully. So that one? No.
No, it's that.
The Coca-Cola. Sorry. Would you have any questions in the meantime? looking forward now to see what Scottish schools come up with. I think art's a big thing over here, so hopefully.
Do you have representatives in Scotland?
No, well, we just
Do it from Ireland.
do it from Ireland. Yeah. Like we have a PR company over here, Stripe, so they do all our PR, and they're based in Glasgow.
So how are you getting the news into schools? By sending them packs?
Yeah, and contacting them, and obviously PR around that, regional press, national press. So, and my family's actually from Glasgow, so that's why we started there first as a way in. So we know a few teachers, and it's just trying to get the word out and contacting the right people.
How are you funded?
It's all sponsorship funded. It's completely free for the school to enter, so there's no cost to the school whatsoever. So it's all sponsorship. Like in Ireland, we have Bank of Ireland as our main sponsor, and Repack as our secondary sponsor. Over here, so far, ERP, European Recycling Platform. We're in talks with 2 other companies at the minute as well, which is looking promising.
How long have you been going?
So 5 years in Ireland. Yeah. We just expanded this year. We have plans to do south of England next year. So we're speaking to councils in a minute about that.
How long did it take? I'm always interested in startup processes. How long did it take you to
Well, we're really lucky. Like the very first year I did it, just did something on my computer, sent it out to all the schools in Ulster. There was 300 schools. I had like 300 entries.
Okay, let's meet our first finalist representing the West. It's Katie Brill.
With one final, and then it's like I met I'm actually a dance teacher as well, so I was teaching this man and his wife to dance for their wedding, and he was just like a local businessman. I knew of him, but I didn't know him, and he loved the project and helped me take it national. I kind of interested in PR and marketing, so the next year then, really small budget, no sponsors. At the time the schools paid to enter, so like £10 per entry or something like that, just to help us fund it. So we did it in hotels across the country, and it just exploded. After our final then, we started getting phone calls from all these sponsors that wanted to do it. We did a lot of guerrilla marketing, just turning up at places with these girls in dresses, and got loads of press. And then we met Moya Doherty. We sent all these emails out to possible influential people, and Moya Doherty, I don't know if you've heard of her, but she owns Riverdance, and she loved it, just wanted to help us, didn't want anything out of it, and just opened so many doors, and it just spiraled from there. And the first thing she said was, hey, get it out of hotels, put it into theatres, and that's what we did. And like last year, with 3 weeks to go to the final, it sold out within 5 minutes. So we had to move it to a bigger venue, and the bigger venue was the O2, so we went from a capacity of 2,000 people to 4,000 people, and sold out as well. And it's just electric. You really need to go to see it. Like, it's just, if you can imagine, an audience full of teenagers, banners, it's like X Factor, all cheering on their model on stage, and they get so into it because they do the entire thing from the very start, when they start designing, to the hair, to the makeup, to performance. So yeah, it's good.
Sorry, who can enter? Is any age at secondary, or is it a particular?
Any age. And at home we have a TY, a transition year, and they're like 14, 15-year-olds. And then the north of Ireland, you would sort of see older kids doing it, and they would do it for their exams, but it's open from 11 up to 18, so anyone can do it. Speaking to some teachers over here, I think the 13, 14, 15-year-olds or third years would be the most interested. But if there's a particular student that excels in fashion or art, then maybe they want to do it for their exams. We normally would have sent the packs out in September, but from speaking to schools, they want them in June, because they have their project titles by then, and to work it in for students, and they want to have time to prepare. So it's open to anyone, but it's usually 14, 15-year-olds that would do it.
So they can use it for the exams?
You can, yeah. If it's, say if there's 3 in a team, there's like some restrictions on height, but it would be their 3D project. So if there's 3 in a team, 3 designers, one might design the shoes, she would enter that. Another might design the headpiece, she would enter that, and another the dress. and it's not just girls, it's girls and boys as well. A lot of the models would be girls, but you see a lot of behind the scenes would be boys. So they're designing these outfits for the girls. So it's both. Okay, so I'll let you, this is one of the shows after the
Okay, let's meet our first finalist representing the West. It's Katie Brill. Her piece is called Reducing is Appealing. This is her outfit. Let's have a look at Katie. Okay. Katie, you're going to have to explain just what we're looking at here.
Well, I'm from Our Lady's Bar Secondary School, and myself...
Athlone.
Yeah, in Athlone.
Yeah.
And myself, Anna Keegan and Emily Henshaw have been collecting oranges since the end of the third year.
Since the end of 1998, probably. That's a lot of oranges.
And we've just been going to a juice bar in Athlone Juice Bar, and they've been giving us bags of oranges that have already been juiced, and we've been putting buckets around our school, getting oranges, and everyone's been really helpful, and we've been experimenting different ways how to dry it out and what works, like in a hot room or cold room.
Did you get the shoes and everything? I mean, it's just fascinating. Will you give us a twirl so we can see in all its orange appealing nature, as you call it? It's magnificent. Okay, so how long did it take you to make all together then?
Well, it took quite a long time, because sometimes, like this part here went mouldy at one stage because we didn't know what would work and what wouldn't work, so we had to kind of take it apart and put it together, like we kind of put it on wet. So
well, it looks great.
Thanks a
And
million.
congratulations to
Thank you.
Okay, let's meet our next outfit. This is going to be Katie O'Brien representing the South, and her outfit is called Symbiotic Synergy. So let's say hello to another Katie. And where are you from, Katie?
Bradford County, Limerick.
Excellent. Will you tell me a little bit about this outfit?
Well, I made it all entirely out of chargers and other electrical cables.
There's wires and cables.
Yeah, wires and cables, I made it all by myself.
You should have called me. I got so much of it behind the TV. I have no idea what it's for. And you made it all yourself. You glued it together, stuck it together.
They're sewn. Well, I made up a 12 first, and then I stuck them down to get the pattern, and then I sewed them all together just so they'd stay together.
And you found copper wire there and all sorts of things.
Yeah, and I did loads of different techniques just to get across the intricacy, because it's quite simple. It doesn't stand out compared to some of the other girls, but it's all about the detail.
So if there's a power cut, we just plug it into the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, congratulations. It's a wonderful outfit, ladies and gentlemen. That's Katie O'Brien. Sorry. From the north, wait till you see this fella. It's called Warrior Knight. It's Jose Varandes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, what's your favourite drink?
It's Coca-Cola.
You've got some habit. How much Coca-Cola do you drink?
About 1,000. No, I collected about 1,000 drink, like just 3-4 a week.
Okay, describe, obviously I see cans, what else have you got going on here?
I just got the top and the top of the cans and the bottom of the cans and the inside the details. You can see the size of the tops and there and inside, just beat them to make like a ship of that big.
Sure. I knew where you were earlier because I was following the ring pulls like to fall off my hands in the ground. Can you put that on? Is that a helmet wearing? Do you want to put it on? You might as well go the whole hog. It's definitely Flash Gordon going on there. Look at that. You just dropped it. Okay, that's super stuff, isn't it? Anyway, well done, Jose. Good thing around this. Warrior Knight. Okay, so the final competitor is the overall winner. She's representing the East. It's called, the outfit's called Lady Data, and it's Kelly Bulger, ladies and gentlemen. And where are you from, Kelly?
Closh, Sabrina, and Escorty.
Okay, well, congratulations on being the overall winner. This is, presumably we can see exactly what it is, but you'll explain us exactly what's happening here.
Well, we wanted to make a dress that would stand out in the competition, so we were like, what pop star stands out? Like Lady Gaga. So we were like, let's go with Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
And we decided we want to go technology because the
Yeah, it's all part of
yeah,
this thing, isn't it?
yeah, it's all part. The progress technology has made in the last 20 years,
Yeah.
so we decided we go.
So did you get angry and smash a few keyboards? I mean, how did you get all the buttons and bits?
Well, basically we had to collect all the keyboards, which is 50 keyboards, and we had to get a screwdriver and click out all the keys. Then, since they're older keyboards, we had to like click all the backs off the keyboards and then glue them on individually.
Okay, so how long did it take you to put that together?
Since the start of October, we literally lived in each other's houses. Not even funny.
Right. And have you walked down the main street in Enniscorthy looking like this?
No.
Would you go to mass on Sunday wearing it?
I think the priest might get a bit of a shock.
You might. Well, it is. It's like a laptop. It's portable.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Well, you won overall, so congratulations
Yeah.
to you. Great innovation, as Peter's been saying. So congratulations to all our competitors. Well done.
So I'll give you kind of the perspective from their point of view. Do you have any other questions then?
Do you find that sort of from when you started to, it sounds like the standard has just got better and better and better as you went along. Have you found that as the standards got better, rather than being something that kind of all kids can take part or all teenagers can take part in and you can submit, and people feeling a bit more like, man, some of these are so good, there's no way I would ever.
Well, the way it runs at home is there's 4 regional finals and then 1 grand final, so you have 320 that make it to the regionals. And now we try to give everyone a chance, at least one from every school, so at least the school can get, if it's their first year, they can get a taste for it and know the standard and know what's acceptable. And that includes younger ones as well, but sometimes you see the 11-year-old might be far better than the 18-year-old. It just depends on the person and on the student, but we do try and give everyone a chance. And then obviously once it gets to the final, then it's the best of the best. Yep. Well, that's everything. If you need any more information or anything, you can visit the website, so www.jumpkouture.com or .co.uk, and everything is on there that you need to know. I can give you my card as well if you wanted a pack to bring to your school, or if you wanted any more information, you just let me know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.